2nd. Case numbers 254099 FY and 25782 SM. On the felony file, we're here for a preliminary examination, and on the misdemeanor file, we're here for a probation violation. Appearances, counsel?
Mike Burns on behalf of the people. Patrick Craig on behalf of the defendant.
Is there any resolution in either one of these cases?
I believe he had pled guilty to the probation violation 2 sessions ago. We were here for, you granted his bond.
So that's correct. We were going to wait to see what happened today before we did the sentencing. All right, thank you for that. But there's no resolution in the felony file, correct?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any preliminary matters we need to deal with?
Not on behalf of the people, just for the record, all my witnesses are sequestered.
All right. Mr. Fraggle, any preliminary matters?
No, Your Honor.
Your first witness, Mr. Carnes?
Your Honor, the people call Carly Grogan.
Ms. Grogan, will you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. I do.
All right, thank you. Mr. Carnes, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Can you please state your name and spell it for the record?
Carly Grogan, CarleeGrogan.
Do you know Larry Mitchell II?
Yes.
How?
He was my boyfriend.
Okay. And do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you tell me where he's seated and something that he's wearing?
He was right there and then wearing gray. Gray sweater.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant?
Mr. Fraggle,
No objection.
it shall so reflect.
When if at all did you see the defendant on September 15th of this year?
When?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the, well, day of September and then the 15th going into the early morning of the.
Okay, let's start with the day of the 15th. When did you first see him then?
I stayed the night at his house, so in the morning.
Okay. What happened later in the day?
Well, we woke up and it was like a normal day and I took him to work at 2 o'clock. And then about 9:30ish, 9:45, I left to go pick him up. And then we stopped at Wesco and got some alcohol and went back to his house.
And where is his house? Okay, thank you. What happened once you got to his house in Cadillac?
Well, we were just having a few drinks. And everything was fine and we both had a smash can and then we split a pint. And then I went outside and when I came back in, he pulled another pint out of his pocket that I didn't know he had. And he just kind of got violent from there. I don't really know what was said or what set him off, but I do know I went outside to my car, came back in, and when I opened the door, he shoved me.
Okay. Describe what he did to shove you.
He just walked over to me and shoved me by my shoulders, and I slammed down on the ground.
What happened next?
I asked him what he did that for, and then it kind of got crazy from there. He started shoving me around some more, so I ran outside, and when I came back in, I came in to find my keys, I couldn't find him. So we ran out back, well, I ran out back and he chased me and somehow he got a hold of my shirt and pulled that off. So I took off running and there's like 3 sections of the backyard to get sectioned off. I got to the second section and he got me by the bra. Ripped that off, so I didn't have anything on. And then I just fell down to the ground and he grabbed me by the back of the neck and the front and dragged me back to the door. And from there, I ran to the front and ran around the car a few times yelling for help. And then he locked me out. And then he opened the door again and grabbed, it's like a lean-to screw and threw it at my windshield and it broke my windshield.
Where were you when this screw broke your
In
windshield?
the car. I jumped in the car.
And how were you feeling when the screw hit the windshield when you were in the car?
Terrified and grateful that the windshield was there.
What were you terrified of?
The Larry and the screw hitting me.
And can you describe this screw?
It's like maybe a half a ruler. It's long and it's to hold up like a lean-to on a garage.
Your Honor, I'm wondering if the record can reflect, based on her fingers and the half a ruler, that this screw would have been approximately 6 inches long.
Mr. Fryer,
But we have no objection to that.
this shall so reflect.
What else occurred this evening?
Well, he just mostly violence. Like I said, he dragged me from the back and
Where were his hands when he was dragging you?
one was behind, so like this, and one was like this.
For the record, she's got be your left hand
Yeah.
on the back of her neck and the right hand around the front of her neck, around the throat area.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. And can you describe how you were feeling as he was dragging you?
I couldn't breathe. I passed out. And when I woke up, I was running. And then that's the part where he got my bra.
So, and I understand things can get jumbled. But to the best of your memory, can you describe the sequence of what you've just described, what happened first, second, last?
So the last thing was when he got my bra. And then the first part is when he shoved me down. And then like in the middle area, I guess, he was chasing me around the car. And then I got back in the house, and then that's when I just started taking off towards the back. And yeah.
At any point, did Did you kick or shove or make any kind of contact with the defendant's front door?
Yes.
Can you describe what happened there?
Well, he threw the screw out and then also threw a lawn chair or like a recliner at the front of my car and wouldn't let me back in to find my keys. So I kicked the front door trying to get in so I can retrieve my keys.
What, if any, visible injuries did you have before you picked defendant up from work on the 15th of September?
No,
Thank you. I have no further questions at this time. Mr. Fragel might have some questions.
Mr. Fragel?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. You picked Larry up from work, correct?
Mhm.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yep.
And you were driving?
Yep.
And how much did you?
I'm sorry, Mr. Fragel, if the answer is yes, I need you to say
oh,
yes.
yes,
The police report, correct or otherwise, says that you had started drinking early in the afternoon. Is that correct?
yes.
Oh, how early was that?
It was right after I dropped him off, so about 2 o'clock.
You dropped them off for work at 2,
Mhm.
so you began to drink then,
Yeah, I had one beer.
and then, well, you picked up then at what time?
10 o'clock.
So you had one beer in that whole 7-hour time?
Yeah,
Did they give you a PBT?
no.
No. You reported this to the sheriff's department first, correct?
Mhm.
And why didn't you wait there to give a report? Why did you walk in and leave?
Because I was nervous.
About what?
Finally saying something.
But why did you leave after showing up and telling them you were there?
Because I was nervous.
Were you also intoxicated?
No,
How much did you drink between the time of picking him up and the time of showing up to the sheriff's department? If you
well,
know,
yeah, we both had a smash can, so.
I'm asking about you.
So a beer and maybe a half a pint.
And is your testimony today that you were unconscious?
Yes,
Now, where did the fight start? Where did the physical violence start? In the house or outside?
inside.
Okay, and inside the home, were you strangled or shoved or what?
I was shoved inside.
Okay, and then was your response to run outside?
Yes,
And what caused you to come back in at that point?
he chased me back inside.
Well, wasn't he chasing you out of the house?
No, he was chasing me around.
So you exited.
Yes.
And is it that at that first exit, is that when your shirt and bra were torn off of you?
No.
Okay, so you then returned to the house, he chased you into the house?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, yes or no?
Yes,
And while in the home, what physical violence, if any, occurred?
well, he dragged me around. He shoved me. And then when I got outside, that's when he didn't have anything to grab, which
Okay,
was,
so the question, just be, so we both understand, the question is what physical violence, if any, occurred inside the home when you returned?
he shoved me.
Okay, and then what did you do? Exit again?
Yeah.
Okay, and is that second exit, is that when the shirt and the bra were torn off of you?
Is that a yes?
Yes,
And at what point then, is that, after that second exit, did you then return a third time by kicking the door open?
I tried to.
Tried to what?
I tried to get in, but he wouldn't let me in.
Okay, is that when you kicked the door though?
Yes.
Okay, and did the door open?
I don't think so, no.
Did you return to the house then after that second exit?
No, well, yes, but it was after he fell asleep to grab my keys.
Do you own a telephone?
I didn't at that time,
Didn't
no.
at that time?
No.
Okay. So what time did you finally grab your keys? Do you recall?
5, it was, well, it was 5:38 when I looked at the clock and I got to the police station by like 9:30, so it was probably about 9 o'clock. I
So
went
what-
from his house to the police station.
Where were you when you saw 5:38 on the clock
I was outside in my car.
outside of Larry's home?
Yeah.
You actually slept there for a few hours, correct,
Mhm.
before leaving?
Yes,
He didn't bother you, correct?
he was sleeping.
Sleeping. Is it fair to say he did not want you there?
No,
Well, he had locked the door, correct?
no,
So you kicked the door and he wouldn't open it, right?
no, the door was open.
Then why did you kick it?
I, to get my keys.
Because he wouldn't let you in, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So did you provide a written statement to law enforcement?
no,
Did you get medical attention?
no,
So Larry was asleep and you went back in the third time, right?
yes,
Okay, so you kicked the door, that didn't work, but then you waited, you fell asleep and you went in, correct?
the door was broken.
Okay, but you went in then after he fell asleep.
Yep.
And you slept there, right?
Yeah, for about an hour.
And then you left.
Mhm.
But where were your keys in the meantime?
I finally found them in the backyard.
He didn't know you were there, correct?
Yeah, he did.
I thought you said he was sleeping.
He was, but he didn't see me leave. He knows I was in my car in the driveway.
Were there some prickly shrubs in the backyard?
Yes,
And those accounted for quite a bit of the injuries that were photographed, correct? Pardon me?
yes,
In fact, there were actually some swelling up around some of those lacerations, correct?
yes,
And some redness and there's no infection though, correct?
correct.
Just from that actual day. Tell me if this is a correct statement, okay? I'm gonna read it from the police report with this list of everything, okay? Then you can tell me if it's true or false. The officer reports that she, being you, told me she had consumed a pint of peppermint schnapps and 2 24 cans of Steel Reserve or Smirnoff. She had consumed a pint of peppermint schnapps and 2 cans of Smirnoff. She does not know how long it took them to drink the alcoholic beverages. Is that statement true or false?
False, because we split that. I didn't have all that to myself, no.
So that's an incorrect statement in the report?
Yes,
Tell me if this is true or false. It's a statement by the officer in his police report. She, being you, had been drinking alcoholic beverages since 2 p.m. True or false?
false.
What phone number did you leave with the sheriff's department?
My,
body due to those shrubs, those prickly shrubs?
Yeah,
Did you take any of his property and run from the home?
no,
You remember?
yes.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Carnes, any redirect?
Thank you.
May this witness be excused?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hold on, Ms. Grogan, I have one question for you. Is any additional questions?
It does, Your Honor. I may.
Mr. Carnes? All right, Mr. Fragel?
Ma'am, are you indicating your address is on Hannah Drive as we speak?
That wasn't my question.
And this is where it occurred at?
Yes,
Okay, all right. I thought at the residence at, I see.
yeah, right,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Nothing further.
right. May this witness be excused?
Yes.
Temporary, permanent? Ma'am, you are free to go about your day. Thank you. Your next witness, Mr. Carnes?
Thank you, Your Honor. The people called Deputy Copeland.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may have a seat. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Carnes.
Deputy, can you please state your name and spell out for the record?
Jacob Kopenen, Kopenen.
And where are you employed?
Wexford County Sheriff's Office.
Do you recall working on September 16th of this year?
Yes.
And what happened during that shift that brings you into court today?
I was dispatched to a call at the Sheriff's Office.
And who did you meet during that call?
I didn't meet anybody at the Sheriff's Office, but I was given a phone number to the original complainant, Carly.
Okay. Did you write the report in this, or did you write a report in this matter?
Yes.
And do you recall what did you write about the amount and type of alcohol consumed by the defendant and the victim?
The suspect, Larry Mitchell, consumed a pint of the peppermint schnapps and 2 24-ounce alcoholic beverages. And the female, Carly Grogan, consumed a pint of peppermint schnapps and 2 24-ounce beverages.
Did you have any other contact with Ms. Grogan besides the phone call?
Yes, after I called her on the phone, we agreed to meet at her father's residence at 8.
What, if anything, did you notice about her at that time?
When I arrived on scene, she met me in the driveway, and I immediately noticed that as we approached each other, multiple lacerations on her arm, a bruise on her left cheek, left handprint on the front of her neck.
What did you do after speaking with Ms. Grogan?
After I spoke with Ms. Grogan, I called Mr. Mitchell's probation agent, notified her of the situation, and then went to Mr. Mitchell's residence on Anna. Speak with him about the incident.
Did you make contact with Mr. Mitchell at that point?
Yes, he answered the front door.
Okay. Do you see Larry Mitchell in the courtroom today?
Yes,
Can you tell me where he's seated and something that he's wearing?
he's at the defense table wearing a gray Under Armour sweatshirt.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
Mr. Fragel,
No objection.
this will reflect.
What, if anything, did you discuss with the defendant?
I asked Larry Mitchell to, I asked him if Carly was at the residence. And he told me that she was, and I asked him to tell me what happened overnight between the two of them. He told me that at some point, he couldn't specify what time, she arrived at his residence unexpectedly and began arguing with him about their relationship. I then asked him if she had actually picked him up from work, and he told me that that's actually what happened. Is at some point on the 15th of September, he was picked up at work by Carly and brought to his house. Once they arrived, they began arguing about their relationship.
What, if anything, did he tell you happened next?
He told me that he decided to separate himself from the situation and went inside of his residence. He shut the door, and as he was attempting to lock it, Carly kicked the door open and entered the residence.
What, if anything, did the defendant tell you happened next?
Larry told me that he pushed Carly to get her out of the residence, and she pushed him back. They began pushing each other for around 30 seconds in the doorway, and eventually Carly turned around and entered her red Impala, which was in the driveway and left.
What, if anything, did you notice about the defendant when you met with him on this date?
I didn't notice anything immediately.
Okay.
Partway through the interview, I began asking him about his injuries. He revealed he had multiple lacerations on his ankles and feet.
Okay. Did he, I guess, describe to me the process for him showing those to you?
What do you mean?
How did he explain the injuries?
So I asked him how he received the injuries. And he told me that it occurred during the pushing at the front of the residence. I asked him how that was possible since there's no thorn bushes up front. He then told me that it actually occurred on the side of the residence. I asked him if he could clarify, since he didn't mention that to me before, I asked him to clarify when that exactly happened. He was unable to provide any further detail.
What did you do after finding out about these injuries?
After the injuries, I asked him about his alcohol consumption, because I could smell an odor of alcoholic beverages coming from this person.
And after that discussion, what happened?
After I asked him to participate in the PBT, I administered the PBT and then contacted his probation agent.
What happened next?
She requested a hold be placed for probation violation. He was arrested.
On what parts of defendant's property did you speak to him?
So initially I spoke to him at the front door, and then we walked down onto the driveway. Partway through the interview, I asked him if I could see his backyard, so we went to the backyard. His consent, he let me back there.
What, if anything, did you notice in his backyard?
So once we were in the backyard in a fenced-in area, or a portion of the backyard, excuse me, I noticed as I was walking through, there were multiple thorn bushes that were pulling on my uniform, but I also noticed a matted down area of grass with a torn white raw on it, lying on top of the matted down grass.
What, if anything, did you notice about this bra?
So the bra was white and torn. And it was not weathered. It did not appear weathered as if it had been sitting there for a long time.
What, if anything, did you ask defendant at this time?
I asked Larry how the bra came to be in his backyard. He told me that he did not know. I asked him if he and Carly had been in the backyard at all, or if he had chased her, and he told me that he did not. At no point they were.
What, if any, follow-up investigation did you conduct into this, aside from going to the defendant's house? Is there anything you did later?
During or after the preliminary prep hearing here at the prosecutor's office, I spoke with Carly about damage to her car.
And what, if any, investigation did you do at that point?
Went out to her vehicle, which was parked in the parking lot of the courthouse here, and I photographed the damage from the screw on the windshield. And asked her to obtain a quote for the damage.
Can you describe the windshield?
It was a early 2000 Chevrolet Impala windshield with a shattered portion in the top driver's side area of the windshield. A small hole in it.
Moving back to the original investigation on the 16th, what, if anything, did you do to document the scene?
I photographed the scene at 3802 Andrew Drive, and when I was interviewing Carly initially, I called Deputy Wright out to assist me with photographs of her person.
For the record, I'm approaching the witness with what has been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit 1.
Objection.
Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes.
And what does it show?
It shows the torn white bra lying on top of the matted down grass in the backyard of Larry's residence.
And does this fairly and accurately depict what you saw in the defendant's backyard on September 16th of this
Yes.
year? Your Honor, at this time, I would move to admit People's Exhibit 1.
Mr. Fragel,
No objection.
one is admitted.
For the record, I'm approaching the witness with what has been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit 2. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
And what does that show?
It shows one of the stems of the thorn plant in the backyard of Mr. Mitchell's residence. Stem and leaves.
And does that photo, was that a photo that you took during your shift?
Yes.
And does it fairly and accurately depict the scene as you found it on September 16th?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask to admit People's Proposed Exhibit 2.
Mr. Fragel,
No objection.
two is received.
And for the record, I'm approaching the witness with what has been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit 3. Deputy, do you recognize that photo?
Yes.
And what does that photo show us?
It's another angle of the matted down grass in the backyard with the torn white bra on it.
And does that photo fairly and accurately represent the scene as you encountered it?
Yes.
And I asking kind of out of order, is that the photo that you took on September 16th?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I would move to admit People's Proposed 3.
Mr. Fragel,
No objection.
three is received.
Your Honor, and at this time, I'd ask to publish those photos to the court via video screen so that they can be in color.
All right.
If I may. Should I go to the right ones here? This is People's One. This is actually People's Three. And this is People's Two. Deputy, when you initially talked to the defendant, where did he tell you that everything took place?
During his initial rendition of the story, he told me that it occurred in the front door area of the residence. Front porch and on the inside of the front door.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions at this time.
Mr. Fragel?
Good afternoon, Deputy.
Well,
How long did you spend interviewing Ms. Grogan approximately?
anywhere from 1 to 2 hours,
And how about Mr. Mitchell?
about the same, in 1 to 2 hours.
And did you take notes in that interview?
Yes.
And did you preserve your notes?
No.
And why did you destroy the evidence?
Destroy all my notes after I type my reports for them.
Do you have a body cam?
No.
Indicated in the report you did have a body cam, correct?
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong, page 5 of your report states my in-car audio and video were also not activated during this investigation. Is that true or false?
That's true.
So you did have the technology, correct?
Only the in-car camera and audio system were available.
Did you activate them?
No,
And did you have a body cam on?
no.
And why is that?
We had technical issues later for last year and at the end of 2025, which
2025 hasn't ended yet.
I'm sorry, at the end of 2024, thank you. At the end of 2024, we had technical issues at the sheriff's office, which destroyed our entire body camera, all of our computer systems. And it's been a slow process to rebuild all that. They still haven't reissued body cameras to us yet.
Who's supervising that project?
I don't know.
Who's your,
One of my administrators,
who's your lieutenant?
Lieutenant Dennison,
Who's your sergeant?
current sergeant Sergeant Kovach.
Okay, have you been given any updates as to when the system will be returned?
No.
Have you seen any reports explaining why it's broken down?
No,
So word of mouth is there's a system overload. Is that a fair statement?
no, I don't know the full technical reasons why the systems are broken. I just know that they're broken and that we had to get new ones.
You don't know they were broken. You were told they were broken,
Correct.
correct?
Correct,
You didn't go in there and inspect, right?
correct.
You don't know of any effort to repair them, correct?
Not firsthand,
So that would be correct.
correct.
Now, is your in-car audio and video working?
Yes,
Now, what is the purpose of having an in-car video?
So when I activate my emergency lights or siren, the vehicle will begin recording the audio and video.
And you can actually have it when you're not, without your sirens, correct?
Potentially, but it's only, and the audio is only on the inside of the car.
But the camera would be going on the outside.
Yes, through the front windshield and the back prisoner inmate area.
Is it fair to say Ms. Grogan, for whatever reason, had an incomplete memory of what occurred?
Yeah,
And is it fair to say that Mr. Mitchell had an incomplete memory for whatever reason?
from what he told me, he did not have an incomplete memory.
Is there a policy within the sheriff's department that instructs you to destroy notes?
No,
We don't have body cam, we don't have notes, is that correct?
correct,
So we're basing it entirely on what you recall, correct?
correct.
We've already noted there's a discrepancy between you and Ms. Grogan's description of what she had consumed in terms of alcohol, correct?
Can I change my, or add to the
Let me,
last portion of my answer?
sure.
So it's not just me, it's also Larry and Carly that add to the entirety of the case, not just my word.
But the only source we have is your police report, correct?
And the statements from both of them.
Which is in this police report.
Yes.
Which is based on what you wrote down in your notes,
Yes.
which you destroyed.
Well, partially based on what I wrote down in my notes, yeah.
Well, is this based on any other source?
My memory.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you.
Mr. Carnes?
Deputy, how many of those notes that you took did you put in your report?
What do you mean?
What, if anything, did you take notes on that's not in your report?
I don't recall everything I wrote down, but usually I'll write down dates and times. Sometimes specific sequence of events, things that are usually a little bit harder to remember. Everything that was in my notes went into my report in some form,
But when did you destroy your notes? Was it before or after?
after I finished my report,
Thank you.
after it was approved by my sergeant.
Thank you.
Mr. Fragel?
No, thank you.
May this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may step down. Next witness, Mr. Carnes.
Deputy Wright?
Deputy, you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may have a seat. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Carnes.
Please. Can you please state your name and spell it for the record?
Christine Wright, CHRISTINEWRIGHT,
Where are you employed?
Wexford County Sheriff's Office.
Were you working on September 16th of this year?
Yes,
Do you recall meeting with someone that brings you into court today?
Yes, Deputy Copeland asked me to assist him with taking pictures.
Deputy, can you speak up? I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Yes, sir.
Did you?
I heard that part.
Yeah, okay. Do you recall who you were taking pictures of?
Yes, Carly Grogan.
And for the record, I am approaching the witness with what has been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit 4. Do you recognize this photo?
Yes, I do.
And is that one of the pictures that you took during this shift?
Yes,
Does it, and what is the picture of?
it's Miss Grogan's neck.
Does that picture fairly and accurately represent Miss Grogan's neck as you saw it during this shift?
Yes,
Your Honor, at this time, I would move to admit People's Proposed Exhibit 4.
Mr. Fragel?
Yes, Your Honor, we have no objection to admission of all those exhibits for preliminary examination purposes only.
All right, thank you. 4 is received.
Your Honor, then I guess by stipulation, I would ask the court to admit People's Proposed 5, 6, and 7 as well.
Can I get a description of what they are?
Yes. Did you want that from me or from Deputy Wright?
Mr. Fragel, do you have an opinion?
I have no objection to you read this.
Okay. Your Honor, Proposed 5 is a picture of the victim's arm, which shows scratch marks. Proposed 6 is another picture of the victim's neck. And proposed 7 is a picture of the victim from upper torso up.
Okay, by stipulation, 5, 6, and 7 are received.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I would ask to publish these exhibits to the court in color electronically. This is People's Exhibit 5. People's Exhibit 4. People's Exhibit 6. And People's Exhibit 7. I have no further questions on this witness.
Mr. Fragel?
Yes. You'll believe, number 5. Deputy Wright, do you have any training in medical, in the medical field, maybe you're a paramedic, anything of that nature?
no, no, like certificates on paramedic. So you get like your basic CPR.
CPR. Okay. So you can't tell the court today how that scratch on the neck occurred, is that correct?
No, sir.
In fact, from a layperson's perspective, it seems similar to ones on her arm, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the ones on her arm were from the bushes, correct?
Yes, sir.
No further questions.
Mr. Carnes?
No further questions yet.
May this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Temporary or permanent?
Permanent, Your Honor.
Deputy, you're free to go about your day. Thank you. Your next witness, Mr. Carnes?
Your Honor, the people have no more proofs.
Mr. Fragel?
We have no evidence.
Argument, Mr. Carnes?
Thank you, Your Honor. I think the people have provided probable cause to show that the defendant committed count 1, assault with intent to create bodily harm by strangulation. We did have testimony from Grogan that the defendant dragged her with 2 hands on her neck during that time, she couldn't breathe, she passed out and woke up. Additionally, we do have the photographs, which I respectfully right on this particular photograph of Ms. Grogan's neck. I don't think it's anything similar to that photo of scratches which show the arm there has clear scratches that are sharp and show essentially a surface cut on the skin, and then here we have it's much more. I'll just say it's very different from that. So it's a completely different injury. Additionally, I would ask the court to bind the defendant over on an added count of felonious assault with a dangerous weapon. Ms. Grogan testified that while she was sitting in the driver's seat of her car, the defendant threw a six-inch screw at her head, and it hit the windshield. And Deputy Copeland also inspected this windshield sometime later and described it as being the upper corner of the windshield near where the driver's head would be. So I'd ask the court to find the defendant over on that. Thank you. And I'm sorry, additionally, Ms. Grogan did testify that she was scared that she was going to be hit by that 6-inch screw. Thank you.
Mr. Fragel.
Commissioner, I would ask the court to deny bind over on count 1 due to the lack of evidence of strangulation. We heard testimony from the first deputy saying that he observed a handprint on the victim's neck, the left hand print specifically. What we have is a scrape from the drugs that each of them ran through for one reason or another, that the deputy herself testified it matched the scratches on the arm. So there, I think in looking at the victim, the officer and herself indicated they could not remember everything that happened that night. Their memory was somewhat patchy as to what occurred. There's certainly a struggle, certainly something happened, but there is no physical evidence of the strangulation, particularly when the deputy testifies that he sees a left hand print. And what we see is a box scrape on the front of her neck. I think that defeats count 1 for the strangulation. Count 2 that is being requested by the prosecuting attorney, it hit the windshield. It didn't aim at her head. He aimed it at her car, if in fact he did that. That was not reported in the initial report. It was something that was done subsequent between the victim and the officer. Didn't show up in the initial report. It was after she said it happened. So it's a very suspect claim. It certainly wasn't aimed at her head. If the facts are true, aimed it at a car. So I would ask the court to deny bind over on count 1 and the proposed count 2. Thank you.
Rebuttal, Mr. Carnes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't think it's suspect at all for a victim of this sort of incident to have jumbled memories and think of more after the fact that's consistent with response to trauma. So I would ask the court to find the defendant over on both counts. Thank you.
Thank you. The court, after having heard the testimony today, does believe there's probable cause to bind the defendant over on count 1, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder or by strangulation. First of all, again, my standard is probable cause, not reasonable doubt. And also, I'm not the trier of fact in this case. That's left to the jury. But in particular, I find that sometime between the dates of September 15th through September 16th in Herring Township, the defendant and Ms. Grogan were together. At some point, an altercation arises. Ms. Grogan described her being one hand around the back of her neck, one hand around the front of her throat. Well, there might be some discrepancies as to what the photographs show. That's left for the trier of fact, not for the court to decide at this stage. And I will state, since we're discussing photographs, to me, it looks like there's some bruising on the photo. Is this exhibit number 4, Mr. Khan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Exhibit number 4 looks to be, at least from where I sit, some bruising around the base of the neck. Additionally, another photograph of the neck appeared to have some markings on it as well. Ms. Grogan testified that she could not breathe. She also testified that she had lost consciousness and woke up running. Couple that with the other testimony regarding the shirt being ripped off and the bra being ripped off based on the photographs that were presented today. The broken bra was found in the backyard. So I do find, for probable cause purposes, that the prosecution has met their burden in count number 1. In regards to the added count request for felonious assault, I don't believe the screw was sufficiently described to the court to make it a weapon. All we know is that it was a roughly 6-inch screw that's used to hold a lean-to. I don't know if it's a galvanized screw, if it's a screw with an eyelet, and that it broke a window, but without more, the court does not find probable cause to add the count. So, Mr. Mitchell, you will be you are bound over on count number 1, assault by strangulation, and the count 2 of domestic aggravated violence, which wasn't the subject of today's preliminary examination. Before we jump to the other case, is there anything to address on this case before I sign a bind over?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, then that brings us to the probation violation file. 25782 SM, and we are here for sentencing on a plea taken to the probation violation. I believe was October 7th, I think, but have the parties received the probation department's amended recommendation dated October 10th?
I believe I had reviewed that. I don't have it in my notes right now.
Looks like they are recommending 30 days jail with a total of 22 days total. Any allocution, Mr. Fragel?
Yes, Your Honor, as you'll recall, a couple of weeks back, we requested bond for Mr. Mitchell so he could get out and return to work and enter some recovery programs. Since then, he has been placed on PBTs, I believe, 4 times a day. He has not had any violations. He did not go back to the job he had hoped, but he's now working at KFC and begins a job tomorrow, I'm told, at a wood production company. And so working from 3 in the afternoon till 3 in the morning. So he's going to be keeping himself busy. He can speak to the court as terms of his sobriety efforts, but I do know I've been in touch with John Smolinski at the Ben's program, and he's prepared to enter that as soon as the assessment is done. So in terms of the jail, I would ask the court to give him credit for time served and perhaps hold the other 7 days in advance, provided there are no other violations.
Thank you, Your Honor. The original incident for which Mr. Mitchell was placed on probation involved he was dancing, rubbing up against women at what was the 20 saloon. Was asked to stop. The defendant continued. The victim, a male friend of these women, asked the defendant to stop. Then the defendant and the friend waited for the victim in the alley and beat up the victim. The victim went to Traverse City Urgent Care. And now we have this is the violation, which is new criminal behavior, which is violent new criminal behavior, which also involves alcohol. So the court is not limited by the probation reforms being that this is new criminal behavior, and the court is not limited by the sentencing reforms because these are crimes of violence. I would ask the court to impose a 92-day jail sentence and terminate probation.
Counsel, refresh my memory. I did not take good enough notes last time we were here. Did he plead to both violations?
I think it was
The
a no
positive,
contest.
the positive test and the new criminal behavior?
Positive, yes, Your Honor. I think it was a no contest plea. Both are mentioned.
Mr. Mitchell, you have the right to address the court before I sentence you on the probation violation. Is there anything you'd like me to know?
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to state that I think sending me to jail right now is not going to be the best for me. Like my attorney had said, I'm attending AA program or an AA every day, if not 2 times a day. I'm getting into an anger management that he is sending me to, which is I have an assessment on November 5th. I'm going to get that going. I'm going to continue on, and also with getting this new job and probably keeping this the first job, the job I have right now at KFC. I feel like this is just going to move me back instead of forward. And I'm doing all I can right now to continue on a positive path and not go backwards.
How long have you been going to AA?
Since I got out, which is October 8th.
October 8th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been attending every day. I actually emailed probation office a list of all my attendance verifications. I'm doing it currently over intherooms.com through or virtually or whatever. So that's all I have. Thanks, Your Honor.
And you said you're getting into anger management. You haven't got into.
I gotta wait. November 5th is my assessment, and then after that, they're gonna fit me in where they can fit me in. That's gonna be all virtually through Zoom.
That's a 39-week program.
Okay.
It's involves groups of men, one group of men who share all their experience, strength, and hope, and they're guided by Chance Galinsky, who is a anger management counselor. So,
All right. Mr. Mitchell's been on probation with this court since May 19th. He's been out of jail since October 7th or 8th. I've not had any violations with him while he's been out on bond. And this does appear to be a first violation for him. You know, the probation department's recommending the 30 days jail with the unsuccessful termination. By all right and purposes, they're entitled to that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue probation as previously set. With some added conditions. Conditions that you're already somewhat doing
Okay.
or trying to do, but you're going to attend anger management. Not to consume drugs or alcohol, including recreational marijuana. And be subject to random testing. $22 days jail. With 22 days credit. Anything else, counsel?
No, thank you.
Ms. Recca, does he need to report today? All right, you can get a copy of that order at the front window and just make sure you're following through with your probation conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor.